So before we begin, just for a visual reference, I'm just showing you this pile of wax on the bed here. I am going to say this is my own personal wax. It is not for sale. It is for my own personal use. But what you are looking at here is currently what I have in my Scentsy Club in subscriptions in some form or another. There may be one or two that aren't here. I know Stitch and Sweet Plum Pastry are amongst them, and that's because I have basically used them as soon as they've come in. You can see a couple have quite large piles. That's because they were probably the Scents of the Month, so I have some left over from my Scents of the Month kit as well, but I have also deemed them to be club worthy. So this is just to provide a visual of what's currently in my Scentsy Club subscriptions before we delve into this edit, because I am hoping to cut it down a fair bit. And I am going to say this is probably only a third of my wax that you're looking at here. This is only the wax that I have come on a frequent basis in Scentsy Club. It's not the wax that I purchase outside of Scentsy Club. So here we are in the first of my many clubs. So I've decided to start with this one today because this one is actually processing on July the 18th and it's already at $373. So here is where I actually keep my summer scents that I typically like to warm during the warmer months. As you can see, I also have up here a monthly club. So what I've done with this monthly club is I've thrown scents in that I knew were in my quarterly club that was still available and hadn't hit that always get my bar symbol, so I could make this month's quarterly club a little bit cheaper. I have also thrown scents in that will probably now be locked off in my monthly club that I may want to get a little bit of a stash, but not necessarily want to keep it in a full club. Now, the good thing is, after looking at my discontinuing items and what's come in, is I've actually only got 4 scents that I really want to add to club. So I'm hoping to be able to delete a lot of items. I'm hoping a lot of items have come off. As I said, this is just one of many clubs you're about to see in this edit. But I am going to start with my summer one, which is $373.56, and try and wheedle that down a little bit to something that is a little bit more affordable for me. So let's jump in, shall we? So now this is new. I haven't seen this before, but it says a 3 one-time promotional product. This order qualifies for a 3 product, and it says they'll be sending me out a black raspberry vanilla scent pack. So this wasn't in here before, and it's obviously only just come through since this month has set and we have got transition. So I don't know what qualifies you for that 3 product, because I've not looked into any of that, and it was kind of a little bit of a surprise to me looking at this, and I don't know if that's going to delete out once I cut down some of what's in here. So I don't know at what price point that free product will hit, but that is very, very interesting if you ask me. So let's talk about what I have. So I currently have 36 items at $400, discounts of $60.40. So once you hit $51 here in Australia, you get 10% off your products in Scentsy Club. Once you hit $101, you're then eligible for a half price item as well. So let's get into this, shall we? So now we're going to scroll down. We're going to come back to some of these scents, but I want to scroll down because I want to delete what I know is coming back. I know they're going to be back in the catalogue next month, so I know I won't need them in this current club. And then we'll go back and talk about other scents and why I have chosen to delete other scents or leave them. But let's scroll past all these limited time only items, these bring back my bar, and actually scroll down to see what is going to be in the catalogue next month that I won't need to keep in my Scentsy Club. So if you see this little symbol with a bar on it, it means it's an always get my bar. It means it's no longer available in the catalogue. You can skip once every 12 months without losing that always get my bar, but it also means I'm guaranteed to get that as long as it's in my club. Some of these are coming back, and I know they're coming back. So even though they show that always get my bar symbol, I know they're coming back. So I will be deleting them out. So I am going to start with citrus. So we have Cocoa Lime, which is returning. So I'd hit that, yes, I want to remove Cocoa Lime. I know it's returning, even though at this present stage, the computer is not registering as a current bar because it's not going to be current till the 1st of next month. But I know it's returning on the 1st of next month. So it comes up with, in big red writings, this bar is discontinued. You will continue to receive this bar as part of your Scentsy Club subscription. If removed, it cannot be added again. So are you sure you want to remove this? Yes, remove this item. I know it can't be added again, but I know it's coming back, so I do not need it in my subscription. And we will also be getting Cocoa Lime in Scentsy Pods, which is kind of exciting when it does get released. Now, the next one, Cloudberry Dreams. So this is coming back in bar form. We will also be getting it in room spray, scent circle, and car bar clips. Unfortunately, we won't be getting it as Scentsy Pods this time around, but I do know Cloudberry Dreams is coming back, so yes, I can remove that item. So Enchanted Woods is coming back, so I can remove Enchanted Woods. Now, looking at the floral, here comes the Sunflowers is not returning. So I will be keeping Here Comes the Sunflowers in my club because that is not returning. Scarlet Sunflower is returning, so I can remove Scarlet Sunflower. Okay, so that was a Bring Back My Bar, Coconut Flower, Tiara and Coconut was from the Island Day collection. Now, So Ruby and Nectarine, I'm pretty sure I put in my monthly club. These are ones that I need to check up against my monthly club before I delete them out. So I'm going to go down the bottom first. I am taking out Kukui and Coconut, not because I don't want it in there, but it is currently still available. So after this processes on the 18th, I will put them back in. And just to be on the safe side, I do know it's in my monthly club in case I do forget. The same with Peachy and Palm Trees. So we're just going to quickly go up. I'm sorry if I'm making people feel a bit queasy here. I just want to quickly look into my monthly subscription. So I've placed Ariel Under the Sea, green, Star Wars The Light Side, Mandalorian Air of Adventure, yellow, Ruby and Nectarine into my monthly club. So what I'm going to do, the ones that I have of those particular scents in my quarterly club, I'm going to delete out to make my quarterly club a little bit cheaper. And then we're going to talk about some other scents that I will be deleting out after I do that. So Star Wars The Light Side is in my monthly club. Ruby and Nectarine, it's still available and it's in my monthly club. Ariel Under the Sea is in my monthly club. Green is in my monthly club. Yellow is in my monthly club. And Mandalorian Air of Adventure is in my monthly club. So we're slowly getting this down to a little bit more of a manageable state. And even at $250, that qualifying 1-3 promotional product is still there. So let's talk about some other ones that I am going to delete out and why. Now, I know you've heard me say We're All Mad Here Scentsy Bar is the bar that started my Scentsy Club and will never come out of my club. But I have seen a sneak peek and I know it's coming back in a couple of months. This is my summer club. I'm not going to want to reach for it before it comes back. So I'm actually deleting We're All Mad Here out of my club currently. And when it comes back in a few months' time, the weather will be starting to warm up. It will be probably when I'm going to want to reach for that. So I will add it back into my club then. So we're going to delete We're All Mad Here for the time being. I also know Sliver, the Harry Potter collection, is coming back at some stage through the year. So I am going to remove Sliverin out of my club because I can pop it back in when it comes back. So Stitch is currently in my monthly club and it's currently available. So I'm taking that one out too. As you can see, my half price item is the Scentsy Whiff Box. Now, Graduation. This was in the clearance section. I don't know if it still is, but I honestly have not reached for it since I put it in my club. I have 2 bars, so I feel safe in removing graduation. It's kind of not one I reach for, so I don't think I should really have a bar that I don't reach for. Same with down the aisle. I don't think I've even warmed the current bars I got of this. So I'm going to remove down the aisle as well. So that brings the total down to $211. I would ultimately like to take more out, but at this stage I kind of want these bars. Hibiscus water, I've got 3 of. I did not reach for it at all last summer, but it is my tropical summery scent, so I think I'm going to wait till this particular club processes. After it processes, hibiscus water potentially might be on the chopping block. Showered in Flowers is another one I feel might potentially come out after I get another bar. That will give me 3 bars. It's a beautiful, sweet floral, but I do have a lot of sweet florals. Watermelon mint and lemon thyme berry are also other ones that I kind of want to get another bar to try. I don't have any on hand at the moment, but these ones I feel might eventually come out of my club. Coconut flowers probably going to eventually come out of my club too. I've got a little bit of a stockpile of that one, but at the moment I feel like I might just wait for this particular one to process before making the decision on that particular one. But the rest I kind of do enjoy, and they are ones that I will warm throughout the summer. So that is my quarterly summer club. Now let's quickly delve back up to my monthly. Pina Colada Cha-Cha, that's kind of my pineapple scent. If I'm going to warm a pineapple scent, I will warm this or Stitch Banana Berry. It's a beautiful berry banana pudding type scent that I love to warm in summer. It's kind of a nice summer bakery. Love Ursula Pour Unfortunate Souls in my daughter's room. Sweet Plum Pastry, that's a great mixer for me. Dumbo Circus Parade is citrusy, peachy, vanilla-y. It's the bar I like to warm for both my daughter and son's birthday. With Grace, I basically love anything with gardenia in it. Tiare and Coconut. So these are all scents that I know I want to keep. So that's not too bad. It's brought my total down to $200. It was originally at $375, so I've cut off $175 for this month, which I'm pretty happy about. Now there are ones that will be added into this at a later stage, but what I'm going to do so I don't forget to add them is I'm going to throw them into the monthly club here until that one processes. So, and I don't know if all of these are going to stay in my monthly club, to be honest with you, either. I may decide to not keep all of these in my monthly club either. At the moment I did skip this month's one, so it's not due to process till next month, so I can make decisions then and move the bars that can be moved as needed before then. So let's add more items, shall we? As I said, there are only 4 items that I know I want from the discontinuing scent list here in Region 3. So we're going to go into Scentsy wax bars to pull those 4 up that I know I can't live without. So Be Fabulous pretty much goes into my Scentsy Club at the end of every season. It is one citrus I do enjoy, so I do get one every 3 months with that one. So Berry Fairy Tale's leaving, but I've never actually warmed a bar, so it's not one that I can say I'm going to miss. Big Surf is leaving. I do not like that one. I'm not going to miss that one. Bubblegum Blast is leaving. It's not one that particularly appeals to me. My daughter does like that one, but she's not going to die without it. By the Sea, not for me. Chili Mango, not for me. So none of them are ones that I want to put in my club. Clementine Cupcake. That is leaving us here in Region 3. And this was my favourite from that season. So I'm going to need 2 a month. And I have a feeling this one's going to stay in the monthly and not be moved down to my quarterly club. So I will be adding 2 Clementine Cupcake. We don't get enough bakery here in Australia, so I definitely don't want to be without Clementine Cupcake. Coral Waters is leaving. It's not one that necessarily appeals to me. Cozy Cardigan. That one is a must-have for my bedroom, and again, it's probably one that I would put to a quantity in. Dazzling Pomegranate, I like, but I don't necessarily need it in my club. I might pick up a few before it retires. Green Tea and Jasmine, it's leaving, but it's not one that necessarily appealed to me. Hawaiian Halula, a nice fruity, citrusy, tropical scent, but again, not one of my must-have scents. Lavender Cotton is another one I do like, but I don't need it in my club. I've got a couple. I will enjoy those couple. If it doesn't come back, I'm not going to die without. Lime Zest and Vanilla. Can't say I actually got around to trying that, but again, it's not one that I will die without having. Mad for Melon. It was just a basic melon to me, to be honest. Magnolia Linen, I love in the laundry, but I wasn't the biggest fan of in the bar. Mahalo Coconut, again, not one that really gravitated towards. For me, Make a Splash. So this was the Aquatic Summery scent I did enjoy. But again, I've got, I think, 3 now. So that will get me through next summer. So it's not one that needs to go into my club. Moonflower Dreams was pretty, but again, I can live without. Oh Snapdragon, I found very light for my house, so not one that I would necessarily put into my Scentsy Club. Pink Lemon Water, I wasn't the biggest fan of. Pink Sugarberry Mint was the next one on the list that I do want to put into my club. I'd be happy with just one every 3 months. So this was one that I did enjoy. Sun-Soaked Petals, I absolutely hate. Tangerine Creamsicle, I do enjoy. But again, something that I just pick up a few of to enjoy over those summer months. It's not one that necessarily needs to be in my club. Twilight Frost, I like, but again, not club worthy for me. White Tea and Cactus wasn't one that I'm really into, and Windowsill Breeze, again, not one that would necessarily for me be club worthy. So that is basically the only ones that I would consider club worthy that are leaving. One Be Fabulous every 3 months, 2 Clementine Cupcake every month, 2 Cozy Cardigan every month, and 1 Pink Sugarberry Mint every 3 months. But I have currently put them into my monthly one just until this other one processes. And then I will move some of these down into the quarterly as I see fit. So that's basically my summer club. Let's go into the next club, shall we? So here we are in my club where I keep scents that I warm all year round. So these are scents that I can warm spring, summer, winter, or autumn. Now, originally I know this was in a quarterly club, but at some stage I've merged it into a bi-monthly club to obviously skip a shipment. I would have had a few bars in a bi-monthly club, and I merged my quarterly so I didn't have to skip the shipment because I would have already skipped in the 12 months and lose my bars. So I merged it to that quarterly to skip a shipment without losing my always get my bars. So let's delve into what is currently a bi-monthly club, but what I'll probably look at moving back to a quarterly club at some stage. And when I do that, I will show you how you can actually do that and not lose your always get my bars. With always get my bar, you are able to skip once in a 12-month period without losing your always get my bars. But this is kind of a way around skipping again and not losing it. So I might do a separate video later showing how to do that, but this is about editing. Now, I won't be adding anything into here. We've already added the bars that are discontinuing that I want to keep in a monthly club in my other one, and some of them will be going into that summer quarterly. None of them really would be going into all year round. They'll either stay in that monthly club or go into that summer quarterly club. So here we're probably just looking at deleting bars. So it's currently sitting at a total of 26 items, $281.49 after you get that discount. So my discount's at $51.10. So let's have a look at what I've got. So I currently have 2 Love Story. This was a bring back my bar quite a while ago now, probably over a year ago now, and my original intention was this one was to have 2 in, build up a stock and then bring it down to 1. But every time these particular bars come in, they get warmed, they get used. I really, really love this bar, so I'm not going to reduce the quantity. It's going to stay at 2 because I just can't seem to be able to stock up. I just want to continually use it. Shut Eye. Now, I'm going to keep this in here for the time being. This is Fuzzy Peach, Jasmine. Comes across a little perfumey, a little cotton candy, fairy floss-like to my nose, but it's a really pretty perfumey bedroom scent, and I do want to compare it to Sugar and Pink Haze. I kind of get the similar vibes to Sugar and Pink Haze, and I've got them in my club too. I don't know that I need all 3 of them, but at this stage I can't decide what ones I want. So for the time being, it's going to stay in there. Now, I have moved Angel Experiment 626, which is currently still available into my monthly club. So I am going to delete Angel out of this particular one. I don't need it in both places. As much as I love it, I don't need it in both places, and then it will probably get moved into eventually my quarterly club for summer scents. It's like a creamy berry milkshake, Angel is. Lavender, violet, and scentsy bar. Currently, I am going to keep it here. I am trying to decide, do I like this one better or do I like whipped lavender vanilla? So until I decide which lavender one I like better, they're probably both going to stay in this particular club. I currently have 2 Maleficent Mistress of Evil scentsy bars. This is just a beautiful, juicy plum scent. I'm currently going to keep it at 2. At some stage, it may get reduced down to 1, but I think I've got 1. I might have 2 left from the full set. I use it constantly, so I don't see myself reducing that anytime soon. At some stage I may. Peace and Joy. Now I'm going to have to warm this particular one to see whether it's going to stay in my bar, in my club, not in my bar. So this is like another perfumey, jasmine-y scent, but I haven't warmed it since last Christmas. So I want to warm it and see what made me put it in my club in the first place, or do I have enough that I can take it out? So this may not stay in my club, but I do need to warm it to make the final decision with Peace and Joy. Now, Cashmere and Corduroy. This is coming back, and we're actually getting it in a room spray, a scent circle, a scent pack, and a car bar, and a fragrance flower, all new with the new season next month. So this is a beautiful scent, and I'm glad we're getting a lot more products. I kind of wish we were getting scentsy pods in this too. That would have been really nice. But I'm happy with what we're getting. And because it's coming back, I can delete the 2 that I already have in my little selection. Chocolate coconut cream. I think that's in my winter club, but I'm going to have to double check before I take chocolate coconut cream out. If I've got that in my winter club, I will probably take it out of my all year round scents. It's just a creamy, beautiful, chocolatey scent. Musk sticks I haven't actually tried yet. It was a exclusive to Scentsy Club, Always Get My Bar, and it's been in there waiting for me to try. So until I try it, I can't exactly make my decision on musk sticks. Pacific Sandalwood. This is the scent both my son and I fight over, and it is coming back. So I can actually delete the 2 I have in here out. It's coming back. I will be able to purchase it in a bundle and save of 6. Silver Bells. I called this. I know everyone in Region 1 is glad that it didn't get discontinued. It got discontinued here in Region 3. And I absolutely love this scent. But it is not coming back here in Region 3. Everything's in the clearance section. We have lost Silver Bells. I am so sad. But as you can see, I have 2 bi-monthly come here, and I think I've got another one in my winter club as well. So I think I have at least 3 coming every quarter, although this is currently bi-monthly, so that brings it up even more. It ain't coming out of my club. It's going to stay in there. I mean, I'm a little bit sad I can't get the other items that are available in Silver Bells, but now that I know it's officially retired until it gets voted back at some stage in Bring My Bar, but it won't be eligible for voting for at least another 2 years. So that is staying in my club. Driftwood and Jasmine. So this is another one. I can't decide whether I want to keep it in my club or not. I know I've got a little bit of a stash, but I have a feeling it might be in one of my other clubs too. So I'm going to have to double check that before I decide whether I delete it out of this particular one. If it's in one of my quarterly clubs, I will probably delete it out of my bi-monthly one. So, as you can see, my half price item is that Scentsy whiff box. And then I have Ravenclaw, Wit and Wisdom. Now, I know the Harry Potter collection is coming back in a couple of months. So I quite possibly will be deleting that one. But out of any, this is probably the one I would keep to get another one until it came back. I do have one, so let's see. I think, should I delete it? This is where tough decisions are made. I know it's coming back, so this club doesn't process to August. I think it's coming back in September. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think September is the date. So I'd only have to wait a month anyway, and I've still got one on hand I can use. This is probably my favourite one from the Harry Potter collection, but I am going to delete it because I do know it's coming back. Pink Haze and Sugar. So these were the other two that I want to compare with Shut Eye. They're just this beautiful fruity cotton candy sugary scent. Absolutely love them. They've got like a perfumey note about it. Beautiful, beautiful bedroom scents. Sunshine and Tan Line. So this is basically just a coconut scent to me. I've got this in here just to get a few for mixes. So this will eventually come out of my club Sunshine and Tan Lines, but I'm not quite ready for it to come out yet. I think I want at least one more, and then I will probably delete that one out of my club. Lemon Drizzle Cake. So I know I have that in my summer Scentsy club, so I don't really need double up. So I am going to remove Lemon Drizzle Cake. Then I have The Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack's Obsession. That one is not going anywhere. I've got that sprinkled in a few of my clubs, and I go through this particular scent like crazy. So that one is going to stay in my club for the time being. Disney's Pixar Turning Red. I haven't even got around to warming my current one. I don't like it on cold, so I doubt I'm going to pick Disney's Pixar Turning Red. So I don't like it on cold, so I doubt I'm going to like it on warm. So I am removing that one from my Scentsy Club. And the last one here is Whipped Vanilla Lavender, which, as I said, I wanted to compare to the Lavender Violet to see which one of the two I liked best. So that has now brought it down to a total of $200, which will be due to process in August. So we will see if before then I will be deleting more out. I kind of have a feeling Chocolate Coconut Cream might be coming out. The rest, I've got to do a bit of testing with Peace and Joy. I've got to do a bit of testing with the two lavender ones. But I was able to take out some here. So let's move on to the next club, shall we? So now we're in part one of my winter club. So I have the winter club in a few parts because this tends to be where because we just don't get that many wintry scents here in Australia unless it is in a limited time only bring back my butt. So I tend to accumulate my winter scents and throw them everywhere. Originally, I was trying to split it from it coming at the same time as my every year clubs. So one of my winter clubs kind of merged with my all year one. So I was trying to split it. And then I had another one just to try and cut down the costs all in one hit. So as I said, my club's out of control. This is why we're trying to do this edit. So this first run through that I'm showing you is kind of taking out the bare necessities, things that I don't need. I will probably go through and refine it more before I post this up and join it together so you can see where I then try and make some tougher decisions. But let's look into the first part of my winter club. This one processes in September and it's currently sitting at $233.97 with 21 items and a discount of $46.30. So let's delve into it, shall we? Now, I have been umming and ahhing with toasted acorn and oak. I really, really do love it. But I have a feeling it's still in the clearance section. And I've got 4 of them. So this is a scent that I will only warm in winter time. And I kind of feel that with all my other winter scents, the 4 I have is enough to get me through this winter. So I'm actually going to delete toasted acorn and oak from my club. As much as I love it, I may pick up a few more if it's still in the clearance section, but I am going to delete it from my club. Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween Town. Absolutely love this scent, never coming out of my club. The same with Jack's Obsession. I know I have it in my all year round club too. At some stage I may take it out of one of them, but I've got none at the moment. No, I've got one. Sorry, I lied. I've got 1 bar at the moment from having 10 bars. That's how much I warm Nightmare Before Christmas Jack's Obsession. So I'm going to keep it at the 2 just to build up that stash again. And then eventually I will probably bring it back down to 1, take it out of one of them. Roll of the dice. This is more for my daughter's sake than my sake. It's not my favourite bar. As soon as we've got all her collector labels, it's coming out of my club. Olaf Warm Cugs. Really, really love this scent. Staying in there. It's soft, butterminty. Evil Queen, just 1 bite. That is staying in there, as is The Haunted Mansion, 3 thumbs up. Absolutely love that scent, and we don't get many pumpkin scents here in Australia either. So I did go ahead and remove chocolate coconut cream from my all year round scent because, as I said, I thought I did have it in my winter scents. So I only need 1 chocolate coconut cream every 3 months. So I did take it out of that bi-monthly club. Peppermint Dreams, peppermint chocolate mint patty. Absolutely wonderful. Welcome Home. So this was a Scentsy Club exclusive bar. I have 2 of them. It's basically just a nice spice scent. There are other spice scents that I enjoy more, so I am removing Welcome Home from this particular club. Now, Polar Bear Hug is coming back, so I can remove Polar Bear Hug. Silver Bells. I have 2 of them in my bi-monthly club, 1 of them here. I am going to keep it here for the time being. As I said, it's not coming back. Absolutely love it. At some stage, I may downgrade those 3 to 2 or 1, but for the time being, all my Silver Bells are staying until I feel like I have enough of a stash that I can get away with just having a small amount come every quarterly. Gryffindor, that is coming back at some stage, so I am going to remove Gryffindor. Circle of Life, I didn't love as much as I thought I would love, so I am also going to remove that one. Apple S'mores, Cider Mill, and Hug It in a Mug are all, and Sugar Cookie are all from our recent Bring Back My Bar that just finished. Central Pack Pralines was also from the last Bring Back My Bar that finished, but I didn't love that one as much as I thought I did on cold, so I am going to remove Central Park Pralines. So that brings my winter club down to a total of a $172.59. Now I do have Sugar Cookie, Hug in a Mug, Cider Mill also in my monthly club. So I don't know that I'm going to keep them in my monthly club forever. Eventually, this is where they will be. But I do want to build up a little bit of a stash, which is why I currently also have those bottom three in my monthly club. So that's part one of my winter club. Let's move on to part two. We are in the second part of my winter club. As you can see, this is a smaller quarterly club. It's sitting at $119 with only 8 items. So these were the ones that I haven't been able to move across because they haven't come back yet into my current winter club. So Arctic Kiss is staying there. I was kind of hoping we would eventually get that in a catalogue here in Australia. I know it's popular in Region 1 and has come in a catalogue since this end of the month in December, but not so much here. I really, really do love that scent. Happy Birthday. I can't seem to keep that scent. As soon as I get it, I have it warmed. I should have had more in my club, but I don't. So that's staying there. Apple Butter Frosting is staying, as is Vanilla Oud and Caramel Sugar Clone. So what I am going to take out is the $51 whiff box here, because I actually had that in when I skipped my last quarterly club, which had it as the half price item, so I could still get the whiff box. So I had this club come, but I didn't have the one that came at the same time, which was my all year round one. So I do have the whiff box in the all year round one as the half price item, so I don't need the whiff box in that one. It will delete my half price item, which was the cotton cleanups, out at the same time. And Driftwood and Jasmine, I have that in my all year round, so I am going to remove that from here. Now, what this has done is put me under the threshold for 10% off. So it says I am $1 away from a 10% discount. So what I do here, rather than pay $50, $10 shipping, doesn't work out much cheaper, but it does work out cheap enough, or it does save you a few dollars if you add that extra dollar. So, and I will show you what I tend to do. So what I tend to do is I just go for a light bulb. As a consultant, I can never have enough light bulbs, and I had that many warmers. So I'm just going to throw in a 15-watt mini bulb here. I may change it to a different color. I may change the wattage of the bulb depending on what I need. But at this stage, I'm just going to throw this in. Review subscription. So that's now given me 10% off by just adding that $3.50 light globe. So instead of paying $60, I now have a discount of $5.35. So instead of paying $60 with shipping, because I get that $5.35 discount, my total with shipping is now $58. So I've basically saved myself $2 and got myself a light globe at the same time by adding a light globe. So update subscription. So it's worth it just to throw that extra item in to get that 10% discount, because really before I was paying $60, I'm now paying $58. It's only $2 difference, but I'm also getting a light globe at the same time. So to me, that is worth it. I know to some people they'll be like, I'll just pay the extra money, but a $5 discount, why wouldn't you? So let's move on to the last part of. Okay, so this is the last of my Scentsy clubs, another small one. It's sitting at $64 with a $6 discount, and it's due to process in September. So the first one I'm going to take out is Buzzworthy. I have a bunch of these now, so I do not need any more Buzzworthy. So yes, I want to remove Buzzworthy. I'm going to keep my 2 toasted marshmallow. I go through them constantly. It's a great mixture, a beautiful bakery scent, as is Crumb Top. The other one I am going to take out is Stargazing, as I believe, and yes it is coming both in a scent circle and it is coming back. So this was a scent of the month, and I'm actually surprised this has come back. Out of all of them, I thought this wouldn't. It's a very unique scent. I absolutely love it, which is why it's in my Scentsy Club, but I don't need it anymore because it is coming back. The other one I am going to take out is Disney Big Hero 6. Would You Like a Hug? I do enjoy it, but I get very similar vibes to Sweet Plum Pastry, but with a berry note instead of with the plum note. And I think I prefer Sweet Plum Pastry just a little bit more. So that's now a very, very small club at $30. It says I'm $21 away from a discount, so it's not worth me. So it's not where it's a couple of dollars like before. So I'm just going to leave it at that small amount, and hopefully at some stage these get voted back in as a Bring Back My Bar so I can move them into one of my bigger clubs. But that is my initial Scentsy Club edit before anything processes this month. As I said, I still need to do a lot of editing. I've only gone down a little bit, not as much as what I was hoping to go down, but there's just so much stuff I love in my club. So we will see how I go when I come back on again and refine it a little bit more. Until then, bye for now. Okay, so after watching those initial edits, we're back in my Scentsy Club subscription, back at the beginning of my accounts again. So what I did, I had a order that was due to process, or it's in processing stage now because it's the 16th of July, on July 18th. So after doing that initial edit review, I was still about from over $1,000 to, I was still sitting at about $1,000. So I went through and did a big cull, got it down to about $700. I really would like to get it down to $500. So I waited for this particular order that you can see here: Pina Colada Cha-Cha, Banana Berry, Ursula, Sweet Plum Pastry, Dumbo, the Whiff Box at half price, Watermelon Mint, Birthday Wishes, Here Comes the Sunflowers, Tiara Coconut, Little Mermaid Kiss the Girl, and Lemon Drizzle Cake. So I'll be getting $140 in this particular order. This, as you saw when I first started, it was up near the $300 mark. There were some with my initial edit that I did with you that I had in there, but I went and deleted them out So once it hit that processing stage, some of those ones that were in the monthly stage, I did move down here. So I moved Be Fabulous because I don't want Be Fabulous every month to save myself some money. I moved Angel Experiment 624 down. I did throw in lime zest, vanilla, and tangerine creamsicle, which you didn't see in my initial edit. I necessarily don't know that I'm going to keep tangerine creamsicle in there. I may pick up a few and delete that out. I moved pink sugarberry mint down, and I moved kukui and coconut down. So that then reduced my monthly club, which is now only 119. What was initially in that quarterly club that I took out? So I took out hibiscus water. It did come in the flash sale. Picked up a bunch of those, still had a bunch. So I chose to delete hibiscus water out. I chose to delete lemon thyme berry out. I chose to delete coconut flower out. I chose to delete showered in flowers out. So I did go through and cull some that I really love, but being my summerly club, there were quite a few sweet florals in there, but I have a good stash of sweet florals, so I'm not rotating through the sweet florals enough to warrant keeping them in there. So in my monthly club, I currently have Stitch Experiment, Boho, Cider Mill, Star Wars Light Side of the Force. I'm just trying to collect that last label. That's going to go out. Cotton cleanups are at my 50% off. Hug in a Mug, Sugar Cookie. So eventually Hug in a Mug and Sugar Cookie will get deleted out. And 2 of my Clementine Cupcake and 2 of my Cozy Cardigan. So let's move on to the edits I did in the rest of the club. So I think here in my winter club, from memory, the major change I did here was I took out that 1 silver bells I was getting quarterly. Love it, absolutely love it. But I also have the 2 silver bells I get bi-monthly. So I looked at it as I'm getting 2 every bi-month. So that's 2 every 2 months. That's 12 a year. I didn't really need more than 12 a year. So I did take up that silver bells. And I think they're the major changes I did to my club. So I hope you enjoyed this Scentsy Club edit. I will compile this together. The dog's barking. All you can hear is the dog barking now. So I'm going to compile this Scentsy Club edit together, and that just gives you a little insight into how I edited my club. So it's sitting between $507 now instead of over $1,000. So that's a lot better. It will shift and change over the next few months. I am hoping to downgrade it more. It's just that I want to build up stock with some, and then some of them will come out. So until then, stay safe and bye for now.